Hi everyone, this is Arlene with Design with Arlene, and in this video I'm making a card using the Free as a Bird stamp set. I'm going to be stamping and coloring in one of the images here and then showing you how to make a sort of framed window by using the stitched square dies. And then I'm going to step it up a bit with texture using an embossing folder and a punch. So let's go ahead and get started, and by showing you the paper and products that I have used for this card. So as I said before, I am using the Free as a Bird stamp set, and then the embossing folder that I'm using is called the Scripty 3D embossing folder, and that's got some, it's going to be raised, embossed of, it looks like wording, just some wording. There's some script, and then I've also got the small bloom punch. This is a punch that is available in the Celebrations catalog. And then the paper that I have that I'm using, this is the So Saffron, and it's a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper that I've cut lengthwise down the middle, and then I scored in half. This is going to be the base of my card. And then I also have a piece of the blush, or this is Petal Pink and Whisper White. And then I have a strip that's 3/4 inches long, and I didn't worry about how, or wide, 3/4 inches wide. And then I really didn't measure how long it is because I'll be trimming it off. So you just need a little scrap piece of that is 3/4 inches wide. I also, for the pattern paper, I'm using the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper, and I just have a little piece of a scrap, really, because I'll be using this side. I'll be cutting out using the dies for it. Speaking of dies, the set that I'm using is the Stitched Shapes Framelits dies. Now these have circles and ovals and squares. There's actually a set of 4 of each one. Let me show you the smallest square. So these are this is the set of squares. I'm going to be using 3 of them, so I'm taking the smallest one out, and I will not be using that one for this card. And then the ink pad that I have is just one today, and it is the Soft Suede. So what I want to do is take my card base, which is in the So Saffron, and then also take the Whisper White card stock right here, and just taking the top 2 layers of it. So open up your card base. This is going to be the top of it. So the bottom part, the inside part, just kind of flip that up. And then what you want to do is go ahead and place your smallest die that you're using, the square, and place it on the top of your Whisper White. So what I've done is as far as left to right goes, I've centered it, and then I have it above the midline on the Whisper White side. So I also have a piece of washi tape, and what I like to do is just to hold that die in place while I run it through my Big Shot, but I don't want it too sticky. So washi tape isn't typically very sticky, but I like to just tab it with my finger on the sticky part to just relieve some of that adhesive, and then just go ahead and place it right directly onto your Whisper White. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually run it through my Big Shot, both of these layers here, so that it will, the square die will cut through both layers. And then you lift up that washi tape, and you see that it's cut out the square on both pieces of cardstock. And then go ahead and set your card base made out of the So Saffron aside, and then taking the next largest square, I'm going to just repeat the process on only the Whisper White piece. And again, just lift that washi tape off. And you will not need this little piece here for your card, but you have a little bit bigger window. This one you can save if you want, or I tend to just throw mine away. I have too much on my desk. And do you see when we place this onto the top of the card, we're getting a little bit of some dimension with the frame. So you see a little peekaboo of the So Saffron with the white. Okay. Now I'm also going to just take a piece of, this is my scrap, this is my Designer Series paper, and using the largest square this time and the second largest. We're just going to place those, the smaller one right directly inside. Again, take some washi tape and center those in there, and you're going to run that through your big shot as well. Okay, again, remove that washi tape. Now, because I ran through two of them together, it's going to actually cut out. You'll have a square here, and then you have your window. Okay, and then the next thing that I want to do with the white piece of Whisper White cardstock, I want to run that through the big shot using the embossing folder. Okay, we'll open that up. And you can see how beautiful that script embossing folder leaves the Whisper White cardstock. So pretty. Gives it a nice touch. Now I'm going to take the petal pink, and we're going to do some stamping on this one. So I'm with the soft suede. Now what you want to do, because this is going to be a window, so what I like to do is place my petal pink directly inside the card, and then with a pencil, just very lightly, because we're going to erase it when we're finished here, just kind of make some little marks of approximately where that window is going to be. So that way you have guidelines of where you want to stamp onto your petal pink. I'm using this bigger size of the stamp, and get an acrylic block here. And because when it's a large stamp like this, you can just take your ink pad and place your stamp upside down, face up, I should say, and then ink that up. And then knowing where it's going to be showing through my window on the card, I'm just going to go ahead and stamp it, depending on what I want to be showing through, which section of the stamp. Okay. I've got a petal pink, so this is really going to be color tone on tone, but I just want it to be just very soft. So kind of color around the birds there. Okay, and I think that's good for what I just want a little bit of color to show through. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put this card together. Okay, and then just erase the tick marks. Okay, I put the card together using the snail adhesive. Okay, and then go ahead and glue on your Whisper White card that's been embossed over the front of the card. It's the So Saffron. Okay, now we've got the piece that is the pattern paper, and I'm going to just go ahead and I think I want this. I'm just going to use some of those mini Stampin' Dimensionals and pop that frame up, just to give it some dimension. Okay, so there's the window frame. And then also with your soft suede ink pad, taking one of the sentiments from here. Okay, and that's in the soft suede, and just going to trim off some of the edges here. And then again with some Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm going to go ahead and pop that up as well. Do you remember how I had, this is the leftover that came from the inside of the window, the frame that we use with the square dies, but you flip that over and it's got a petal pink color with some polka dots. So using this petal punch, let's just go ahead and the bloom, and I want to punch out a flower here. Let's put that on with a glue dot. And it's just gonna go right up there, and I'll kind of just bend the flowers up, the petals just real slightly. And I think we need to add some bling. What do you think? Let's see, these are the petal pink rhinestone gems, and I've got the ones that look like a square there, and I'm just gonna add that in the middle. There we go. There you have it. This is a card made with the Free as a Bird stamp set, and just adding some tools like an embossing folder, a punch, and some dies. You can make a really fun card. So there you go. I hope you enjoy it. If you want to know the dimensions, get the dimensions, check out my blog, head over to that. The link is down below. Again, watch for me, look for me on Facebook. I'd love to see you there. I have a Facebook page, it's Design with Arlene, where I have some pretty goofy live Facebooks on Fridays, but we always have a lot of fun. And again, check my blog for classes. I am always holding classes at least once a month here in the Reno, Nevada area. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.